I would do the entire grocery shop. So like I go and plan all the meals, I go to the grocery store, I pick up the food, I pay for the food, I bring the food home, I unpack the food, I make all of the meals, make him like a gourmet dinner every night. He sits down to eat it. He gets up from the table, doesn't take his plate to the sink, just gets up from the table and then walks off. And then I clean up after I've paid and cooked and done all the things.
What started out as an act of love, generosity, and being a good partner was taken advantage by this man who, since then, taking these tasks as granted, was happy to be served by his female partner. And she continues to tell about how she pays all the bills, he wouldn't chip in, and she's just providing for him. And it's easy to brush it off as it's never going to happen to me, I'm going to be better, but you know what? It can happen to anyone. The way that these manipulations slowly drip in and become your reality are really scary for me. I realized one day that I've taken on way too much than I would have otherwise. I'm doing all the grocery planning, purchasing, all the domestic tasks, all the laundry, all the tidying up, and my ex-husband task was to take out the trash, which he rarely did. And every time I would bring up the subject, I would get something that felt like a threat to me, that if I don't want to do it, I should hire someone to do it for us because he's not going to do it. So in my case, I didn't have to provide financially for our household, which my ex did. This actually made it harder for me to even make a point. He was making all the money and I would feel guilty about doing more than my fair share of the domestic household because of that fact. And he didn't want to do any of the things that he doesn't like to do because he's earning enough money for not needing to do that. That was long ago. We are separated 2.5 years already, but just thinking about how I was in this situation, it's really hard for me to understand. Why did I stay? It's mind-boggling to me. But we have to understand that these dynamics feel like you have no other choice, or your other choice are really harder, so you better just do it anyway, and it's not that bad. Anyway, my lesson would be never do something for a man that you are not prepared to continue doing forever. And I learned this the hard way.